think that is all set, so I'm good to go. So everyone, this is Whitebox here, Spirit Island streamer. Today is a little bit special. I'm going to be live streaming probably all afternoon and playing a couple games of Spirit Islands, and while I'm live streaming, I'm going to be mixing up some drinks. My fiance is currently at Epcot drinking around the world, so I'm going to be following along and doing the same thing. Cheers! So starting out today with margaritas. She does things wrong and goes clockwise around the world, starting in Mexico. Better to start in Canada, for sure. So starting today with a margarita. It's just a standard 3-2-1 margarita. 3 parts tequila, 2 parts triple sec, and 1 part lime juice. So nothing too fancy there. Nice easy drink to get your afternoon started. I've still got everything set up for my last game, so I'm going to clean that up a bit and then get into another one. I think that's better. So Habsburg 4. So Habsburg 4 setup. Well, let's go through Habsburg 4 just in case anybody's unfamiliar with it. Their additional loss condition is irreparable damage. Track how many blight come off the blight card during ravages that do 8 damage or more to the land. If that number ever exceeds the number of players, which in this case is 2, number of spirits really, the invaders win. Escalation, seek prime territory. After exploring on each board with 4 or fewer blight, add 1 town to the land without towns or blights. And on each board with 2 or fewer blight, do so again. So against Habsburg, you want to let some early blights through, just so you can avoid double town builds in that escalation. Difficulty 1, level 1, migratory herders. After the normal build step, in each land matching a build card, you gather 1 town from a land not matching a build card in board land order. More rural than urban. During setup on each board, add 1 town to land number 2. Okay, so I'll do that. And 1 town, ooh, they start with so many towns. 1 town to the highest numbered land without setup symbols. So that would be where the beasts are in this case. During play, when invaders would build 1 city in an inland land, they instead build 2 towns, which can be very annoying. Fast spread, when making the invader deck, remove 1 additional level 1 card. So the new deck order is going to be 1-1-1, 2-2-2-2, 3-3-3-3-3-3. Okay, that part's good. And then the big danger with Habsburg is herds thrive in verdant lands, so towns in lands without blight are considered durable. They have +2 health, and destroy town effects instead deal 2 damage to towns only, per town that they could destroy. Destroy all towns work normally. So they're gonna be durable. That's hard. I might need to let some early blight through, just so that they don't have to worry about those effects. But the danger with Habsburg is why you want to let blight go through. You don't want to let them do 8 or more damage to a land, because then they're going to trigger their loss condition. So it's a balance. It's very tricky. I do have 1 win against Habsburg 6. I've got a couple more against Habsburg 5. But I know he's one of the more difficult adversaries. I think it's actually kind of in the same tier as England and Russia, statistically. If you look at like the global statistics for people submitting games, they end up being around the same as England and Russia. Also, I'm going to take Farmers out of my deck because it is a garbage card, and I'm tired of playing with it. So, and I think it is retiring in Nature Incarnate anyway. So Farmers seek the Dahan for aid. No longer going to be part of my games. Okay, so I think I've got the setup right for Habsburg. Time to set up my spirits. I'm going to put this off to the side here. You can see it right behind my smiling alcoholic face. And now I'll set up my spirits. So Devouring Teeth, I put 1 presence on my board in land number 5. And for a spread of Rampant Green, I put 2 of my presents on my starting board, 1 in the highest numbered wetlands and 1 in the jungle without any Dahan. I'll be there and there. Okay. Then I'll set up these boards. Maybe I just do. By the end of today, after drinking around the world, I might be a little tipsy. So we'll see how I can still do my Spirit Island games after that. I do think that having proliferation from green is going to help Devouring Teeth quite a bit. In the 2 games that I've played with them so far, I've just not really found a pattern that I like yet. So I'm hoping that will change. With this combination of spirits, I think a Terror level 2 victory is definitely possible, so that might be what I shoot for, especially against Habsburg. Terror level 2 is probably more common than 3. One of the few adversaries where that's the case. Okay. Do my initial explore. That's sands. Let's go ahead and throw some fellas in the sands. And I'm ready to start. Alright, and I've got my chat here, so as I'm drinking around the world, my fiance at Epcot is going to be doing the same. And we'll kind of follow along with her and see what my next drink's going to be. I think Germany is going to be coming up next after Mexico, so probably switching to beer after this tequila. Margarita, rather. So that'll be interesting. I have a bunch of beers, no German beers, but that's okay. It'll work for you. Alright, so I've got this all set up, and I'm ready to get started. So I have a pretty set growth pattern with Spread of Rampant Green that I like to do. I'm going to start out with growth 3. Some people call it growth 4. I call it growth 4, but people get upset when I do that, so I'll say it's growth 3. Gain a power card and 3 energy. And that's going to give me a lot of flexibility into next turn to affect the sport state. Let's grab 3 1s. Gain a power card. Just going to gain a minor. Power cards are all facing the wrong way, which always bothers me. Okay. So I've got Scour the Land, destroy 3 towns and all explorers, add 1 blight. That's not bad against Habsburg. Habsburg 4. I've got Savage Maw Beasts. If the land is jungle or wetland, 1 fear and 1 damage. If I have 3 animal, 1 extra damage. It's okay. Razor Sharp Undergrowth has good elements for me as Spread of Rampant Green, so it's targeting no blight though, which could be tricky against Habsburg. Destroy 1 explorer and 1 town, or excuse me, 1 explorer and 1 Dahan, add 1 wilds, defend 2. I don't know that that's going to do a lot. Defend 2, not really going to be effective against Habsburg. And then Desiccating Winds. If the target land has Badlands, 1 damage, add 1 Badlands. Target mountain and sands. That's interesting. Scour the Land's probably going to be the play. I think it's just going to be very strong against Habsburg. The way that Durable works is that they have the extra 2 health in lands without Blight, but if Blight gets added afterwards, they already took the 2 damage, and they will die, because they have 2 health. So it's a little weird, but you can still do that backwards. So even though it's off element, I think Scour the Land's the play here. And that's going to be okay. I can use that in one of the sands, which is going to build and gather. Especially this one's going to have a ton of towns in it. So I'll be able to destroy 3 of them, which is probably good. So Scour the Land's the play. Usually don't like going off element, but meh, that's okay. Then I will do growth. Always growth 0. Yeah, that's probably better. Growth 0. Take from top. It's my standard MO with Spread of Rampant Green. I want to be able to affect both those sands with a Sacred Site, potentially. So let's go into land 4. Set up a Sacred Site there. Now I get 1 energy for presence. I have 1 card play. And I'll probably just play Scour the Land, actually. It's going to do a lot of damage to Habsburg early on, so if I can take out a lot of those towns, that's going to be really effective. Alright, now I get to choose for Devouring Teeth, Lurk, Underfoot. I'm not sure what I want to do yet. I think Haven't really planned out their turn. I get to add a presence every turn. Next turn I'll probably add 2, thanks to Spread of Rampant Green. I don't need to do any extra damage with Spread. Probably not. Yeah, I'll be able to defend that enough after things happen, so that's okay. So, let's see. What do I want to do? I've got the defend 9, so that'll be good next turn. I'll be able to defend this fully, even if they have 4 towns in it and an explorer. I'll still be able to defend that fully, so that'll be good. I don't know if I want to, though. There's no Dahan in there, there's no presence in there. I might just let it go, just so I can set up for next turn. So instead, let's see. I got this, but that's a next turn thing once I've got some Blight to a Furious Rampage. Herd towards. I don't think I need 2 card plays this turn. I'm not going to need my extra damage. I'm not going to need that. Okay. I might just get a power card, stick with one card play and use that, and then I'll worry about which of my unique powers I want to use next turn. So let's do that. I'm going to go Growth 2. Gain a minor. I've got Absorb Corruption, which lets you gather and pay energy to remove a blight. It's okay. Rights of the Land's Rejection. It's decent elements. And invaders do not build in target land this turn. 1 fear per whatever. Push up to 3 Dahan from target land. Okay, that's pretty good. What's the range? It's 2 from a sacred site. Okay. Yeah, that's doable. Carapace Land. If targeting a land with beasts, this power is +1 range, defend 3. With extra earth, you can defend +3. It's a good card normally. And Confounding Mists, defend 4, or each invader added to land this turn may be immediately pushed to any adjacent land. Now that would be good. I can push, they're going to build a town here and then gather a town there. I can just push those towns out, and then I won't have to worry about land 1 whatsoever. It's completely off element though, and I'm not sure that I love that. Defend 4, it's always useful, so it might come up in the future that I can use that and get some good effect from it. Or Lights of the Right of Land's Rejection. It's on element, which is cool. They don't build. Yeah, let's see. And it's not going to get me any fear if I use it on land 1. I'm still going to have to defend land 1, although I could let it go, which isn't terrible. Just let them add 2 blight this turn in that on that board, and then worry about next turn possibly. Yeah, I think that might be okay. So I'm going to take Rights of the Land's Rejection. I'm going to give up a couple Ravages next turn, but against Habsburg you kind of want to, so I'm okay with that. So let's take this one. I get 2 energy. Oh, and add a presence. I'm going to add from top or bottom. I don't want 2 card plays this turn. I want to save all my uniques for next turn, but I would like to get up to 3 card plays. So even though I'm only playing 1 card this turn, I am going to go from bottom, just so I have that extra card play next turn and I can start working towards 3. So that's that. 2 energy. And I'll play Rights of the Land's Rejection and save the rest of these for next turn. I think that's the play. I'm okay with that. Yeah, that's fine. Because once there's some blight on this board, I'm going to be able to do a lot more damage with Devouring Teeth to these durable Habsburg towns. So I don't need to worry about doing damage this first turn. Okay, so that's that. Next up, I'm going to go to Fast Powers. So Fast Powers, I'm going to use Rights of the Land's Rejection here in land number 1. Invaders do not build and target land this turn. Then with Spread of Rampant Green, don't have any, so that's it. Flip an event just for timing. Not going to actually resolve it though. And then I go to the invader phase. So they're going to build in sands. And Habsburg builds can be a little bit complicated. So I'll go through land by land. In land 3 on board B, they'll build 1 town. In land 5 on board B, I'll build 2 towns. Let's get some more towns out here. They'll build 2 towns because it's an inland land, and they don't build cities in inland lands, they build a second town. Same thing's going to happen over here on land 8, and then they're skipping the build on land 1. Then as this card migrates over, they're going to gather towns into those lands in board land order. So board B, land 3, it's going to gather a town. I guess I could gather from 7. And then I don't have to worry about defending land 8, which will be good. So let's do that. So gather from 7 instead. Land 5 only can gather from 6. Land 1 is going to gather from here. And then there's no town that I can gather here into land number 8, which is important because they're going to be doing 7 damage there instead of 8. And that means that I don't have to worry about defending it, which is fantastic. So that's all set. Done with the builds. Next they're going to go to an explore. And they're going to explore into jungle. Throwing invaders all over the place. That's okay. Jungle's good. I can stop things with spread of rampant green and jungles pretty easily, so that's fine. Alright, now I go to slow powers. First I have scour the land. So I'm going to scour land number 5, I think. Yeah, because I can sort of defend 3 a little bit, or let it go, but it's not going to do as much damage. Well, I'll have to defend 5 as well. That's okay. I think I can probably make that work. Yeah, I can do something there. I could just stop the Ravage in land number 5. Actually, no, I'll probably scour stuff there, let it go. If they cascade, I'll add an extra Blight, but that's fine against Habsburg, I think. So yeah, I will scour land number 5. I destroy 3 towns and all explorers. Now, with Habsburg, when you destroy towns, unless you destroy all of them, you do 2 damage to towns. So I'll damage 3 of these towns. Then you add a Blight. And because a Blight was added, those towns all have 2 less health, and the ones that have 2 damage already just die. So these all die. So it did add a Blight, but destroyed 3 towns, which is 3 fear. So very powerful ability against Habsburg. Then I have Death approaches from beneath the surface. No, I don't. I don't have an animal, so I can't move that presence. Yeah, I'm done. So I will discard cards and then go back to growth. And surprisingly, I haven't heard about any new drinks, so maybe there are. Let's see. What's going on here? Alright, so my fiance's made it to China. I don't have any drinks, I don't think, that work for China. I'm taking solicitations right now from my fiance's bridal party to see what I can substitute after this drink for China. Okay. So finish my slow powers, going back to growth. For growth, with Spread of Rampant Gain, I start with growth 2. It gives me an extra card play and add a presence. I want to add a presence from bottom. If I let that cascade go in land 5, I don't know that I love that. I don't want to lose a bunch into Han right off the bat, so I might defend land 3 with Devouring Teeth so I don't have to worry about it with green. Let the cascade go, and then I'll be pretty well set to deal with the escalation and durable towns. So I think that's okay. I don't have to worry about land 5. I'll just let it cascade. I'll go into land 8, so I can start getting ready to deal with that. Alright, I also get to add another presence. I'll do that into land 8 as well. And I can probably just stop the build. They don't have a migration there, so if I stop the build, I don't have to worry about it next turn at all. Yeah, that should be good. I get 1 energy for presence. Now I have 3 card plays with green, which is very good. So I can play 3 of my uniques. I definitely want Gift of Proliferation. I want to get Devouring Teeth prolift a little bit. I've got Fields. I don't know that I need to overgrow in a night. I can probably save that. It's 2 energy, so I'd rather save the energy. And I'll start doing some damage, I think. I don't have a great place to use Stem the Flow of Fresh Water. Although, if I get Gift of Furious Might, then I do. So this might be a Gift of Furious Might turn. I think it will be. So I'll stick with Field Stroke with Growth. So a nice cheap turn. I'm saving energy so I can get a major in 2 turns after the reclaim. So you gotta kind of set things up quite a bit. So I'm planning around that. A couple turns in the future. That's a good set for Spread of Rampant Green. I want to get the Gift of Furious Might with Devouring Teeth, Lurk, Underfoot. I don't know if I might need the extra energy. I'm not sure what my second card play is going to be, really. I'm going to let both of these Ravage. It's going to get 2 Blight down, but kill a town there. Building in jungle I do need to deal with at some point, especially the migrations here are going to be an issue. Migrations there. I want to get up into land number 3 so I can stop bad things from happening there. So let's add a presence at a range 2. Going from bottom, I'm working my way to 3 card plays. I also get 3 energy for this. I'm going to be pretty energy rich. I definitely want to play Gift of Furious Might. And so that I can hit the 2nd level of Death Approaches from Beneath the Surface, I think that I do want an Earth card. So I've got Marked Territory with Scars and Teeth. That's my defense card. I'm not going to have 2 fire though, so I might have to take from top instead of bottom, just so I can proc my innate. I don't love it, but it'll let me get in and do some damage, which hopefully will let me destroy one of these sacred sites, or one of these towns. So yeah, that'll be fine. And then I won't have to reclaim next turn, so that'll be okay. I get 2 energy from presence. Should just pour these out. So let's pay for my cards. I might actually be able to do a major next turn. Is that really 2? Yeah. It's got expensive uniques on Devouring Teeth, but I guess you do get up to 7. So, yeah, it's a lot. So that's that. More drink suggestions. Let's see. Oh, okay. So I think I'm good for fast powers. So fast powers here, I have a couple with Devouring Teeth. First up, I'm going to mark my territory here in land number 3 with Scars and Teeth, defending 9. 2 fear if invaders are present, and push 2 Dahan. It's mostly because I don't want those Dahan to just die right away. And I will push them. I might be able to defend land 4 next turn. If not, I can just stop the Ravage, so I will push them into land number 4. Then I have Gift of Furious Might, so I will mark that as used. So Spread of Rampant Green can do +3 damage with one of its damage dealing powers this turn. It's going to be great with Stem the Flow of Fresh Water, as well as potentially Creepers Tear into Mortar. I only have the 1st level of that, so that's unfortunate. I should have planned that better. Maybe instead of Field Stroke with Growth, I do play Overgrow in a night. No, I think I'm still good. I think. Because I can kill a city with Stem the Flow of Fresh Water. Yeah, it's tricky. If I get the second level of Creeper's Tear into Mortar, then I can just... No, because I still need to defend that. Okay. I think it's fine. Yeah. It's fine. So I'll do 4 damage. It'll work out. It's okay. Yeah, sticking with those cards. Giving Gift of Furious Might over to Spread of Rampant Green. Giving Gift of Proliferation over to Devouring Teeth, Lurk Underfoot. I do want to start working toward 3 card plays, like I said before. So let's go with bottom track. Don't need a Sacred Site. Don't want to be in one of the sands where invaders are about to do things. I do have movement with Death Approaches from beneath the surface. Where do I want to use that, though? So I might go into land 2. That might be okay. I think I can figure out a way to deal with that, probably. So yeah, let's go into land 2. No, maybe I'll just let that go next turn. Tough choices. Let's go into this land 2 instead. I'll work my way over there. And then I have Defend 2 with All Enveloping Green. So I guess I could stop that Cascade. Is it worth it? Maybe. I don't want the double escalation. Cascade seems bad, though. How bad is a Cascade? It's bad enough. Yeah, I'll do that. Defend 2 in land number 5 just to stop that Cascade. I think that's okay. I can use another Scour the Land next turn to add another Blight, so it'll be fine. That's it. So I'm good with fast powers. Let's go to an event. Lesser Spirits in Peril. I did shuffle this. Cool. So the invader's threat is threatening many of the island's smaller spirits. You may tend to your own strength. Each spirit gains 1 energy. Discard 1 minor power per player from the deck. For each with plant, remove 1 blight from the blight card, returning it to the box. For each with animal, destroy 1 Tahan in a land with blight. Or I can Forge a Web of Mutual Support. Costs 4 energy per player, aided by plants. Each player destroys one of their presents. Each spirit gains 1 permanent element for the rest of the game. Now I have a decent amount of energy. I also have a decent amount of plants. So I think, and I'm going to be reclaiming on green so I can discard for even more. I think it's going to be good to Forge a Web of Mutual Support. Let's do that. So cost is 4 energy per player, aided by plant. I'm going to discard Overgrown Ignite, which has plant on it. That gives me 2. I have 3 showing, so that's 5. So I only have to pay 3. I would like to have a little bit of energy with green, so I think I'll pay 1 from green and 2 from Devouring Teeth. Means I'm going to be gaining a minor next turn with Devouring Teeth, but that's okay. And, yeah, that'll be fine. Destroy 1 presence from each spirit. Let's do... I want those Sacred Sites. I'll do this one. And I guess this one denied. Just per lift. And now I get 1 permanent element for the rest of the game on each spirit. For Spread of Rampant Green, I want a Moon. That's going to give me some benefit this turn, actually. And it's going to make it much easier to get Creeper's Tear into Mortar. So the plants are going to be easy enough to get. The Moon is going to be harder, so I want the Moon. And then with Devouring Teeth, Lurk Underfoot, I'm not sure. I think I'm going to get another fire here, so probably an animal. Yeah, I think an animal's the way to go. That'll make it easier to get to the higher levels of Death Approaches from beneath the surface. You also need 5 for the highest level. It's harder than the fire, so yeah, that's okay. So animal, moon, good to go. Quit the farmlands on each board. Push one beast to a land without towns or cities. 1 fear if invaders are present there. So I get 1 fear for that. And can't do it there. Return to old pillars on each board. Gather 1 or 2 Dahan into a land with Dahan setup symbols. Alright, I'm letting all of these go. I could clear out land 1 completely if I gather 2 Dahan in there. 1 will die, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Let's get 1 into... and we get to stack things up. I don't know that I need the Dahan over on Devouring Teeth's board as much, so I'll pull this guy over there. No fear card just yet. I'm getting relatively close. So I go into the invader phase. So they're going to Ravage and Sands, defending 2 here in land 5, so nothing happens there. This one's defended 9, nothing happens there either. This board, they are going to Ravage in land number 1, killing 1 of these Dahan. The remaining Dahan will fight back and kill the town and explorer. Gets me 1 fear, and there is a blight added to that land. But I'm okay with that. Alright, then land number 8. It's also going to blight. But they're doing 7 damage instead of 8, so it does not move me towards the escalation. So that's good. That's that. Ravage is done. Next I move into the build. So they're going to build in jungles. Board land order here just so for safety. I think I will let them build in land 4 because I need that sacred site. So let's build there. I'm going to stop the build over in land number 8 though, just so I don't have to worry about it. I can remove that. Here, this goes away. And they will build a town there. Alright, shuffle's over, so migration happens. So 4 is going to migrate first. I'll migrate, I think, from land 5 into land 4. Just get stuff out of the interior. Land 8 has nothing to migrate there. Land 2 is going to migrate next. There's nothing to migrate there. And land 5 will migrate from land 8. So I'm actually in a pretty good board state right now. There is some blight that's getting added. But it's blight that it's blight that I can deal with. It's blight that I'm kind of planning for. So that's the goal. Ooh, let me finish this up. So I'm gonna finish out this turn and then grab another drink. So I've got a bunch of slow powers. Fields choke with growth. I've got, and that actually will let me deal with land 4, so I don't have to worry about it next turn. So Green's board will be okay, except the escalation is gonna add 2 towns, but I'll worry about that later. So let's stem the flow of fresh water. I'm gonna do that into land. Do I want to do land 3? Those towns have a lot of health. Yeah, let's do it in land 2 instead. So I do 1 damage to each of these. So that city has 2 health, the town has 3. And then I can do an extra 3 damage with territorial aggression. No, let me do this in a different order. Let's see. I'm gonna go back just a little bit because that'll let me do something else. So I had pulled from land 5 with the migration. Instead, yeah, that'll work. Instead, I'm going to gather with land 2. So that's that. The reason for that is that I'm going to use Field Stroke with Growth to push a town out of land 4 into land 5, which is great. And now I'm going to use Stem the Flow of Fresh Water into land 5, which is 1 damage to each of these, plus 3 from Gift of Furious Might, which will kill both those towns. So that, I think, is the most efficient use of that power. And this is a very good combination. And then I have the second level here of Creeper's Terror into Mortar, thanks to that moon that I gained, so I can do it twice. I'm going to do 1 damage and then 2 damage to this town. That gets me an extra fear. So that was Stem the Flow of Fresh Water, Field Choke with Growth, and Creepers Tear into Mortar. I do have Death Approaches from beneath the surface, so I can gather a presence into, say, land number 8, and then I can do 1 damage, plus 1 for territorial aggression, because I have the 2nd level here. Don't have the 3rd level just yet. But that lets me do... I actually have 4 animal right now. Do I? Yeah, I have 4 animal. Wow. So, yeah, that's okay. I do 2 damage here. Kill 1 town. And generate another fear. Okay, I think that's it for slow powers, so I'm going to reset here. And then I'll be back in growth. But while I'm in growth, I'm going to do a quick drink, be at the bar, and I'll be back in just a second. Alright, I am back. I've got an next drink. So this was my China equivalent, just uses triple sec. It's a Pegu Club cocktail. It's 2 parts gin, 1 part triple sec. It's got half a part lime juice, and then also a dash of orange and Angostura bitters. So, cheers. That's pretty good. Very boozy. So, oh, and I gotta drink up. No, we're going fast at Epcot. All right, let me see if I get another turn down before we get to Germany. Alrighty, so we've got a new turn starting. I'm gonna gain a power card with Teeth, Trampled, Underfoot. Did I discard my energy into the wrong places? I think I did. Yeah, I definitely put it onto, let's see, I had 3, 1, so that's 4. Yeah, I don't know what I was doing with my energy, but I put it on my spirits instead of discarding it. So, I think this is where it was, either 2, 1 or 1, 2. Doesn't matter. I'll figure it out. So I'm going to gain a power card. I'm going to gain a minor. I would have liked to gain a major, but spending the energy last turn for Lesser Spirits Imperiled was definitely worth it. I've got Quicken the Earth Struggles. Fantastic elements. 1 damage, defend 10. That is going to be hard to pass up. I think that's probably going to be the play. Gift of Twin Days. Once this turn, target spirit may repeat the lowest cost power card they have in play by paying its cost again. You may do likewise. It's pretty good. Renewing Boon. Choose a land where you and target spirit both have presence. In that land, remove 1 blight, and target spirit may add 1 of their destroyed presence. Could be okay throughout the rest of the game. Prowling Panthers, also good elements. 1 fear, add 1 beast, or if target land has beasts, destroy 1 explorer or town. It's not bad. Quicken the Earth Struggles is going to be the play. It's 1 damage to each town and city. I get to do an extra damage just from my territorial aggression. It's got all the elements that I need. I can also use it to defend 10. It's just a perfect card. So yeah, no, there's not really a choice there. I'm going Quicken the Earth Struggle. So that was my card play. I get to add a presence as well. Working my way towards 3 card plays per turn, which is going to be very, very good, I think. Getting extra fire out will be nice this turn. I think I'll be able to hit the 3rd level of Death Approaches from beneath the surface, and that's what I want. This healed. I never explored. What am I doing? It's the alcohol, man. That screws with you. Don't drink too much, kids. Let's explore. No escalation, so that's fine. Exploring in the coasts. I skipped that entirely. I'm also like 1.5 drinks in, so this day is going to be interesting. We'll see how it goes. So I've decided to add a presence, growth 2. Added my presence with fire. Did I add the presence? I don't think I did. I've had 1 destroyed. I was thinking about where to add this when Twitch decided to be awful and stop working. So let's, oh no, I destroyed this with Lesser Spirits Imperiled. Yes, I'm good. I'm placing this presence from bottom at the moment. Let's see. I can I'm reclaiming, so I could possibly defend land 2 or land... I'm going to let land 2 go, so I could defend land 5 with Quicken the Earth Struggles. That's probably the way to go. That way I don't have to rely on Spread of Rampant Green. I'll just put that presence there. Okay, get 2 energy for my tracks. I'll play Quicken the Earth Struggles. I think that's alright. And probably Ferocious Rampage. I guess I can maybe do a Ferocious Rampage into land 2 after they Ravage there, just so I can get into there and start doing things. Yeah, that's probably fine. Okay, so Quicken the Earth's Struggles and Ferocious Rampage. And we'll figure out something to do with that. Okay, that's fine. Let's go with... Green is going to be Reclaiming, so I also gain a power card. It's going to be a minor this turn, major next turn. Got that set up. 1 extra. I've got Land of Haunts and Embers, 2 Fear, push up to 2. It adds Blight, which is actually not bad against Habsburg, so that's tempting. I've got Gift of Nature's Connection, that's a nice one. I've got Gift of Nature's Connection. Target spirit gains either 2 energy or 2 of a single element of their choice. It's not bad. I've got Twilight Fog brings Madness. Add 1 Strife. Push 1 Dahan. Each remaining Dahan takes 1 damage. Or Scream Disease into the wind. Target spirit gets +1 range with all their powers. And once this turn, after target spirit uses a power targeting a land, they may add 1 disease to that land. I don't love that one. I like Gift of Nature's Connection. Yeah, that's probably the way to go. And the extra energy for Devouring Teeth is going to be nice. Drink 2 already affected me. Alright, I think my stream is working, so that's all set. Good. Got that taken care of. I have also growth 1, growth 0, I guess. I've only got 2 card plays this turn, but that is fine. Work my way up to 3 without having to do Gift of or Overgrown a Night. That'll be nice, actually. But unlocking the plant's probably better because that'll let me get to Creeper's Tearing and Mortar level 2, and I do want that. So let's go with top growth into probably land 1, right? I don't have any blight in the coasts, so that is going to be an issue. So yeah, let's go into land 1. Top or bottom? Let's go bottom. Get up to extra card plays. That'll be nice. Then I get 1 energy just for presence track. And I don't have to worry about either of my jungles, so that's really nice. So I can go straight into... straight into dealing with the ghosts. So let's go with Field Stroke with Growth. Will let me push stuff out. They're not going to be able to do anything with land 1, so that'll deal with land 1 just with Field Stroke with Growth because they build a town there, and then I push that town out, and I don't have to worry about it. So that'll be fantastic. Yeah, that's pretty good. Let's see. I could also push out the town from land 3 here. That might be better. But either way, that's a good card to play. I would like to get to the 2nd level of... Yeah, let's see. I think Stem the Flow of Fresh Water is not going to be as fantastic because I don't have a presence in one of those lands. So I don't need to play that. I also don't get the benefit of Gift of Furious Might, so not as good this turn. So probably Gift of Proliferation. Get another Prolif out on Devouring Teeth. Scouring the land seems okay. Land 3, it would destroy one of Devouring Teeth's presence, but it would also destroy a lot of stuff. That's tempting. I've only got the 2 card plays, so maybe I don't need Gift of Nature's Connection this turn. Don't need Overgrown a Night. I think I might just stick with that. Yeah, that'll be fine. That'll get me to 3 card plays and the Earth next turn. I'll be very, very close to getting to 4 card plays on Devouring Teeth, which will get me close to that high level of death approaches from beneath the surface. And that's really what I'm looking for. So that's the goal. So if I can get that highest level, that'll be excellent. So yeah, let me stick with that. So 1 energy, not too bad. And I'm going to go into fast powers. So fast powers, I've got Gift of Proliferation. So that's going to go on Devouring Teeth. It's going to take from bottom and go into maybe land 1. Yeah, I think that's the play, because then I'll be able to use Ferocious Rampage there without having to use my innate there, so that's okay. That's good. I've also got a Defend 2. No, I don't. Can't do that. But I don't need it, so it's okay. So instead I've got Quicken the Earth Struggles. That's going into land 5, so that's defending 10. Han counterattack's not going to do anything. Maybe the 1 damage would be better. If I give up 2 Blight in that land, it's going to get me to a Blighted Island, but it'll also stop the escalation, which is nice. Do I want the Blighted Island? I'll defend it. I'll stop that. I think 1 Blight is okay. So defended 10 in land 5. That's it. So I'm good to an event. Event is Temporary Truce. In lands with Dahan, 1 Dahan and 1 town or city do not participate in Ravages. That's totally fine. Then I've got Prey on the Heedless in each land with beasts, 1 damage per beast. So that'll kill this explorer. That's it. Then Speak of the Spirit's Anger. For each board, 1 fear if any Dahan are in lands with towns and cities. Doesn't happen on board B, does happen on board F. Fear card. Terror level 1, Panicked by Wild Beasts. Each player adds 1 strife in a land with or adjacent to beasts. Alright, let's see. So I think I'll throw that into land 8. Oh, what am I doing? Strife, not beasts. I think I'll throw 1 into land 8. Or maybe I'll throw both into land 3. That might be better. It'll make it easier to defend that next turn. Yeah, I think that's fine. So land 3, adjacent to beasts on either side. Okay. That's lots of small tokens when I've had 2 drinks today. It's a little challenging, but there we go. Got my 2 strife there. It's going to make it much easier to defend next turn with land 3. Ravage and Jungles. So nothing happens in land 4 on board B. Land 8, 1 damage to Dahan. Not enough to bite the land or kill a Dahan. Land 2 is going to Blight. Land 5 is defended 10. The Dahan can fight back. It can kill an Explorer. Can't kill one of the Dahan, which is fine. Although, if I do 2 damage to it, then they will move, and it'll be damaged anyway. So let's let's do the damage to Dawn. So I'll do 2 damage to one of these towns, because when it gets pulled into one of these lands, it's just going to die right away. Weird interactions with Habsburg, but that's how it goes. So yeah, I'll do the 2 damage to a town. Then they're going to build in coastal. So I'll do this just kind of in ward land order. So B1 will get a town. B2, V3 gets a city. F1 gets a town. F2 gets a town. F3 gets a town. Explore in sands. So I've got lots of sands here, getting lots of invaders. Almost stopped land 5 from exploring. That would have been pretty nice. And the escalation here with Habsburg is on each board with 4 or fewer blight, which is both. Add 1 town to a land without towns or blight. Throw that into land 6, and it happens twice on board B. Those 2. Okay. Slow powers. So, and migration happens as well. Should have happened before they explore. They are migrating into coastal lands. So this town, board land order. So there was no town to migrate into the coasts on board B. Board F, this town migrates into the coast and immediately dies because it had 2 damage and migrates into a blighted land. So that's how it goes. Then this one will migrate into land 1. So that was the migration. Now slow powers. So first I have fields choked with growth. Let's go ahead and use that in land 3. Yeah, land 3 is fine for that. Where do I want to push that town? Probably back into my own land. I can't kill it this turn, but next turn I'll be able to pretty easily. So I'll push that back into land 4 with fields choke with growth. I can do 1 damage to it, but I'm not going to bother tracking that. Then I have a couple powers slow on Devouring Teeth, Lurk, Underfoot. First, I've got Ferocious Rampage. That's going to go on land 1. So it's 1 fear. 3 damage to explorers and towns only. And +1 from territorial aggression. So that's 4 damage. This is already blighted, so 4 damage is enough to kill 2 towns. That gets me 2 more fear. Then I have Death Approaches from beneath the surface. I have the 3rd level, because I have 3 fire, 3 animal, and 1 earth. So I can gather 1 presence into land 2, and do 3 damage +1, 4 damage. So that's going to kill a city and an explorer. So that's pretty good. And thank you, anybody who's joining in. I appreciate it. I know there were some technical difficulties earlier, so I'm still working through that. It's also just about time for me to get another drink. So, Italy. So that'll be wine. Okay. So this turn is done. I'm done with my slow powers. So let me go ahead and discard cards. And go back to growth, but before I go into growth, I'm going to go ahead and grab another drink. I'm back. I've grabbed a Cooper's Hot Cab Sauv. It's our Sauvignon Blanc. It's a nice white wine. And it's going to carry me through this turn. So, back to growth. Let me reset these options. Alright, so I'm on to my next turn. I get to pick my growth options. I want to get to 3 card plays with green, but that's going to happen. I don't need to add an extra presence, so I could go for a major this turn with green. I think it's a good opportunity to do that. I've got a decent amount of energy. I can gain 3 energy, gain a power card, so let's go for that. Go for a major. and see if I can have a big turn. So, melt Earth into quicksand, 1 fear, 2 damage, isolate target land. After invaders or Dahan are moved into target land, destroy them. Pretty good against Habsburg, but it doesn't have plant, so a little bit tricky. Infestation of venomous spiders, add 1 beast, gather up to 1 beast, for each beast 1 fear, and invaders skip 1 action on target land. If I have the kicker, which will be a little hard to hit, after this power causes an invaders to skip an action, 4 damage. It's okay. Voice of Command, 1 damage per Dahan Explorer, 2 towns and cities only. Defend 2 during Ravage actions. Dahan fight alongside Explorers. And if you have the kicker, first gather some stuff in there. It's interesting. It's interesting. Pyroclastic Flow, you have to use presence from a mountain. 2 damage, destroy all explorers. If target land is jungle or wetlands, add 1 blight. And with the kicker, you add 4 damage and in wilds. So I've only got 1 with plant. That is an issue. I think I like Infestation of Venomous Spiders best. It's going to let me skip some stuff. And that's going to be good in land 3. So yeah, let's go with that. It's stalling a little bit. It does do fear. I will forget Field Stroke with Growth, I guess, from discard. It's going to let me put off my reclaim. I get 3 energy. Get 1 energy from presence. And I will play Infestation of Venomous Spiders. Not going to be with the kicker, but that's okay. Even with Gift of Nature's Connection, I can't hit the kicker. Although, I might let me hit the kicker of Scour the Land, which is not that useful, actually. So, that's okay. I can ignore that. I probably could have forgotten Scour the Land instead. Because I'm not at the point where I want to add more blight. I think I'll do that. Instead of forgetting Field Choke with Growth, I'm going to forget Scour the Land. Because I don't think I'm going to want to add more blight than I need to. But even with that, I can't hit the kicker on Infestation of Venomous Spiders. It's okay. It's still stalling, but it adds fear, so that's not too bad. So I will do that alongside... that was like an Irish accent. Let's do my growth always to get to 3 card plays. I'll go into land 1. Do I want to put off the reclaim with Devouring Teeth, Lurk, Underfoot? Probably not. I think the reclaim's going to be really good. So I think I will still reclaim with him. Tricky. Gift of Nature's Connection. Okay. I could possibly hit the highest level of my innate this turn, which is really good. I'm not sure. I do need to defend a little bit, though. So maybe I do need to reclaim. I think it's okay if I do. Yeah, so let's go Overgrown a Night. I think I have the energy for that. I do. And Gift of Nature's Connection is going to be good for the energy this turn, for Devouring Teeth. So next turn, yeah, that's okay. Okay. So Infestation of Venomous Spiders, Overgrown a Night. I'm going to reclaim on Devouring Teeth. Don't love it. I would rather be able to grow a little bit more, but I think I need to. I get to add a presence at range 0, which is fine. I can add into land 1. I'm going to do Quicken the Earth's Struggle. Oh, I get 2 energy. So a little bit poor. I'm going to be not as poor next turn. I don't have any 0-cost cards, so I'm not going to be able to play 3 cards this turn. So that's unfortunate. But I do want to play 2 1-cost cards. So do I want Gift of Furious Might? Probably not. Mark Territory with Scars and Teeth. It stops a Cascade, so that's too expensive though. What are they building in? Sands? Let's go with Herd Towards the Lurking Maw. And hope that this fear card helps me out a lot, because I'm in trouble otherwise. So that's fine. I'm just a little too poor. Yeah. Let's go into Fast Powers. So Fast Powers, I have Quicken the Earth Struggles. I'm going to go ahead and defend 10 in land 1. So they can defend and fight back there, and that'll be fine. I've got, although they will gather, yeah, that's okay. Not playing this game particularly well. That's okay though. It's still a good chance. Infestation of Venomous Spiders is going on to land 3. So add a beast. Gather up to 1 beast. And then for each beast, 1 fear. So that's 2 fear. And skip 1 action in target land. So I get to skip 2 actions there, which will be the Ravage and the build. Then I have Overgrown and Night. Do I want to go top or bottom? If I go bottom, I can potentially get defense. Do I need defense? How much defense? I can't defend enough, so that's fine. Yeah, I'm not going to use that. Well, defend 2 is actually enough this turn for land number 1. So if I can get a... No, I still can't. I have to go from top to get the 3rd plant. That's okay. I am fine with that. I'll start going into the other side of the board. So I add 1 presence at a range of 1. The 3 fair would be okay, but I think I want to prolift this turn. Then with Gift of Nature's Connection, I'm going to throw 2 energy over to Devouring Teeth, Lurk, Underfoot, and I'm going to give a water to Spread of Rampant Green. That way I get to defend 2. That defend 2 is going into land 1, so that I can kind of just let that ravage. And I think that's it. Yep, that's it. Event. I'm still healthy, somehow. Coastal towns multiply on each board. Add 1 town to a coastal land adjacent to a coastal town. Well, that'll happen on both boards. I'll do that here because that's defend 10, so that's okay. And I will do that land number 2. Yeah, sure. I'll add that into land number 2. It's going to be 6 damage. That's fine. Okay. Explorer's Blunder. On each board, destroy 2 explorers among lands with beasts. That's fine. Then, Coming of Age. On each board, add 1 Dahan to a land with Dahan and no blight or disease. Right there. And right there. Not bad. Fear card, terror level 1 still. I'm still a decent away from terror level 2, but getting there. Too many monsters. Each player removes 1 explorer or town from a land with beasts. That's good. Remove that guy there. And I'll just remove the explorer because the towns both have strife. So that's fine. Okay. Ravaging Coastal. So this one's defended 2. The Dahan will fight back. Well, they can't kill the town. But they can do 2 damage to it, so I can do Creeper's Tear into Mortar on it in the slow phase. That's alright. So I'll just do 2 damage to the town. And I'll kill it in the slow phase. Next is land 2. They will blight that. That puts me to a blighted island. What terror will I have here? Back against the wall. Again, I definitely shuffled these. So. But back against the wall. Every spirit phase, each spirit gains 1 energy and 1 card play. And it's got 2 blight per player on it. It's the same blight card that I had last time. It's one of the best ones, I think. Yeah, that'll be okay. So starting next turn, +1 card play, +1 energy per turn will be very, very good. Yeah, that'll be awesome. Okay, back against the wall. This one, they're skipping the Ravage. This one, 1 damage, doesn't do anything. This one will Cascade. That's not great, since I only have 4 blight on the card. I lose a presence. Cascade into land 3. And then this one's defended 10. They're doing 4 damage. 6 to Han fight back, so I will kill everything there. And that gets me an extra fear. Build in Sands. I got a build there. I got a double town in land 8. They're skipping land 1, or land 3, so don't have to worry about that. And nothing happens in land number 1. My first... I shouldn't have a Terra level 3 card. Weird. Okay. I'll shuffle that in a little bit. I promise I know how this game works. So I'm in Terra level 2. Explore jungle. That's fine. Can deal with that to some extent. I have no escalation on board F because I have managed to let it blight quite a bit. I have 1 escalation on board B, which I will throw into land 7. So that's that. Now I go to slow powers. I have a couple different slow powers. So herd towards Lurking Maw. Where do I want to use that? This is going to do a lot of damage. Let me see how much I can do there. So death approaches from beneath the surface. I have the 3rd level again. So I can do 4 damage. That'll be enough to kill 2 towns here. And I think that's worth it. Could also do it here and clear that out, which might be okay. Stop the build. It's 1 less fear. But I do have a defend 9 I can use up in land 8. So let's gather a presence into land 2, and I will clear that one out using death approaches from beneath the surface. So I don't have to worry about that building or ravaging next turn. So that's okay. Then herd towards the Lurking Maw. Let's see, can't really afford to do much more in land 8. So I think I'll probably gather this guy into here. That'll stop a build. They'll still rotate with their whole migration thing, but that's alright. Because I can defend 2 pretty easily. Yeah, and that's fine. And then slow powers with Spread of Rampant Green. I have the 2nd level of Creeper's Tear into Mortar, so I can do 2 damage. The only one really makes sense is land 1, where there was already 2 damage done. Kill that town. I could do it in land 8, but land 8, that town is durable, so it has 4 health, so it doesn't really make sense to do that. That puts me pretty close to to another fear card. I'm still a little ways away. So I will discard and go back to Earth. Alright, and again, I appreciate you joining if you're tuning in. Right now, I'm on my 3rd drink of the day, well, on a slightly empty stomach. in celebration of Italy, which is where my fiance is right now at Epcot. I am drinking a Sauvignon Blanc. So, got that right here. I think it's a French wine, but we don't have any Italian wines, so it's close enough. Done with this turn, so I'm going back to growth. And I can get to 4 card plays with Devouring Teeth. I have 4 cards. Will that put me at my highest level of my innate? It will. Ooh, that's cool. Yeah, let's do that. What do I need for the defend 9? Just 0 range? That's awesome. Okay, so let's go growth 3, just so I have the energy for this. I'll gain 3 energy. I'm going from bottom, so I can get to 4 card plays. I get to put this at 2 range. I don't know that I need any sacred sites, right? Rights of Land's Rejection I do. I can stop that build in land 8 potentially. No, it's range 2, so I can't do that. Unless I get another prolif, which I might. We'll see. I've only got 1 card play left, so I might reclaim on green. Then I can prolif again. Yeah, maybe I will do that. That's the only thing that needs a sacred site is the build stop. So I could also do the build stop in 5, but that's only 1 town, so it's not as bad. In land 8 on board B, they're going to be building 2 towns. So if I can stop that build, that'll be really, really nice. And I get this back. Yeah, so let's work towards that. I'm going land number 7. I got my 3 energy. I get 2 energy for presence. And then I'll play all 4 cards. Well, additionally, I actually have Back Against the Wall, which is +1 energy and +1 card play per turn. So instead of 4 card plays, I can go to 3, because that'll still give me 4 anyway. It just gives me an extra energy, plus an extra 2. I have a lot of energy. I'm going to need a major next turn, I think, with Devouring Teeth. But in the meantime, I will play all my cards. No, I shouldn't have exchanged that 3 for 2. Go from top, and that's still going to let me do the highest level of my innate. I've gotten pretty good power cards, so I can do that. Then I have green. So what is green doing? Green is reclaiming. Gaining a power card for that, I'll gain a minor. I've got Gift of Power, that's fantastic. I've got Favor of the Sun and Starlit Dark. Defend 4, push up to 1. That's pretty good. I like that. I've got Swarming Wasps. Add 1 Beast. If target land has Beast, push up to 2 Explorers. It's okay. And Animated Rackroot. 1 Fear, destroy 1 present, or destroy 1 Explorer, or add 1 Wilds. It's 0 cost, which is nice. Favor of the Sun and Starlit Dark is 1 cost. Do I need to defend 4 this turn? It would let me defend. You know what I forgot to do is the migration. It's a bugaboo in my side. Because I should have migrated this guy here. And they should have migrated one of these 2 into land number 5. Also this into land 3. One of these 2 goes into land 5. Let's do land 6. Yeah. Migration's taken care of. A little delayed, but it works okay. So defend 4 will defend land 5. Push up to 1 blight, which I don't know that I want to do. And if I have 2 sun, I don't have any sun cards except Field Stroke with Growth. I can do 1 fear. It's pretty good. It's an extra defend. It's got great elements. I've got the energy for it, I think. I don't have great energy, but I can get to... I'll get 3 this turn, so that's okay. And I can push that blight where it might be needed. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to go Favor of the Sun, Starlit Dark. It's an interesting card. I get 2 energy, 1 for presence and 1 for the Blighted Island card that I have. And then I also get to add a presence to a jungle or wetland. Let's go top track. Into jungle 8. Maybe jungle 5. What's the range on that? 2? Because I'm going to be using Devouring Teeth to stop the build up there in land 8. So if I can get onto the other board, it might be better. So yeah, let's go into land 5 here. Fortunately, I won't be able to defend land 1. I'm hoping I can get a fear card. I think that'll be good. Okay. That'll be fine. Let's go with Favor of the Sun and Starlit Dark for 1 energy. Gonna move that down a little bit, but I think that's all right. I do want to prolif. So that's that. It's 1 energy. 2 more card plays. I think I already have the highest level of my innate here, so I don't need the extra elements. Let's see, I've got 4 to 5. Yep, I'm good on elements for Death of Purchase for Beneath the Surface, which is exciting. I think this is my 3rd time playing Devouring Teeth, Lurk Underfoot. It's the first time I've gotten to hit the highest level of its innate. So it's right over Rampant Green, already doing work with that. So with that in mind, I have to defend 6 in land 3, which is a lot. I might just do Overgrown a Knight. Don't have the energy for that, so I lied. That's tricky. Yeah, let's go with Gift of Nature's Connection and stem the flow of fresh water, so I'll at least be able to defend 4. Ooh, Percy, what's going on? Dog barking. So many things happening today. Yeah, that's that. I'll have 4, so I'll have defend 4. Okay, I'm going to be relying on a fear card here, which is dangerous, but we'll see what happens. So I've got my card plays, I've got my energy, so let's go to fast powers. So defend 9 is going up here. That's going to stop that from cascading, which is great. Gets me 2 fear. That's with Marked Territory with Scars and Teeth. Then I have Right of the Land's Rejection. That's going to go up into land 8, which will stop a build there. I also get 1 fear for that card. Then I've got Gift of Furious Might. That's going over to Spread of Rampant Green, so it's going to be doing a lot of damage with something potentially, which is fine. Towns. Yeah, it's fine. I've got Semiflow of Freshwater, so that's okay. Then I've got Ferocious Rampage. That's slow. So, Spread of Rampant Green. So I've got Defend 4 with Favor of the Sun and Starlit Dark. Let's defend 4 here and push that Blight into land 7 so that I can maybe do something there with that. I don't have 2 Sun, so I can't get that fear. Then I've got Gift of Proliferation. That's going to go on to Devouring Teeth, Lurk Underfoot. I think I'm going to go top because I don't need more than 3 card plays. And Prolif somewhere. That's going to Prolif. right here. That's what actually let me target land number 8 with Rites of the Lance Reduction. Then I've got Gift of Nature's Connection, so target spirit gains either 2 energy or 2 of a single element. I don't need any elements on Devouring Teeth Lurk Underfoot, so I'm just going to gain 2 energy, which will be really helpful next turn. And I get an extra element on Spread of Rampant Green. It's going to be a water, which is going to give me a Defend 4, thanks to All Enveloping Green. That Defend 4 is going into land number 3. And I'm hoping that I can remove either an Explorer or a Town there from the Event or Fear card. And that'll be good. And that is all of my fast powers. So, I'm going to the event. I'm in a Blighted Island, so the struggles, well, I've got Blight Deepens. On each board, add 1 Blight to a land with Blight, but do not Cascade. Spirits may prevent this on any and all boards by destroying 1 presence from each board to be protected. So that's not too bad. I'll destroy a green presence here, I guess. It's fine. And I'll destroy a presence on this board. I'll destroy another green presence because they're easier to get back, so that's fine. Okay. Regular outbreaks ignore disease during builds this invader phase. And 1 fear with per board with disease. No disease, so nothing happens. And then careful defense. When invaders ravage, if the land has Dahan, defend 2. Fortunately, it doesn't help. Except in land 1. Land 1, it will help. Fear card. Discord. Each player adds 1 strife and a different land with at least 2 invaders. I think that saves me from a Blight in land number 3, because I get to add a strife under that city. It's defended 4, so they're doing 3 damage. Don't have to worry about it anymore. For the other one, I would like to go into a non-sands. Let's go into here, and then I won't have to worry about that land next turn, so that's pretty good. I'll fix that when I get a new drink. Alright, so next up is going to be the Invader phase. They will Ravage in Sands. They do 4 damage here. They're doing 5 damage, so not enough to blight the land. Right here, they will lose all of their Strife tokens, but they only did 3 damage there, and I'm defending at 4, so not enough to blight the land. Land number 1 here is defended 2, thanks to having Dahan. So the Dahan will fight back and kill that explorer, or kill that town. And then right here is defended 9. They're doing 8 damage, so that is fine. I get to defend that. So everything's defended. Next up is the build in jungle. Skipping build here, no build here, no build here. They do build a town there. Then we get to migration, so they will migrate a town into land 4. Let's migrate from land 5. Then they will migrate into land 8. I guess I could have migrated from 7, so I don't have to worry about that at all. So yeah, let's do that. So in land number 4, they're going to migrate from 7 instead. And then land 8, there's nothing that can migrate there, so it's okay. Then this board, land number 2, nothing to migrate there, which is awesome. Then they're going to migrate from land 8 into land 5. Explore in wetlands. And I think wetlands, the first time that that's come up, but I think I can deal with the wetlands pretty well. Escalation does not happen on board F. It does happen once on board B. So they get 1 town there in a land without a town or blight. And the only land where that applies, well, the only lands where that applies are the wetlands. So it's going to be 1 or 6. Let's throw it into land 1 because I already have 2 presents there. Yeah, that's that. Let's go to slow powers. Alright, I've got a bunch. Well, actually, I don't have that many. I have Creepers, Tear into Mortar, Stem the Flow of Fresh Water, and Death approaches from beneath the surface at its highest level. What's going to happen next is Ravage in Jungle. So some of these I can take care of just fine. I've also got Ferocious Rampage. So with Death approaches from beneath the surface, I can do 8 damage and 2 fear. And 8 damage is enough to kill the 2 towns in land number 5. Not the most efficient, thanks to the durable towns there, but it is possible. And it might be the way to go. There's also not a Blight in land 3 on board B, so I can't do a lot of damage there. And wetlands aren't really a concern. So yeah, let's do that. So I'm going to do 8 damage here in land number 5 to kill the 2 towns. 2 fear from the towns and 2 fear from the ability. So that's 4 fear. Not the most efficient, but it works okay. I've also got Ferocious Rampage. I might just do that in land number 5 so I can stop that from happening. Yeah, let's do that. I'll kill the 2 explorers there. And 1 fear from Ferocious Rampage. And that finally pushes me into Terror level 2. And let's see what I can do with Spread of Rampant Green. With Spread of Rampant Green, I do have Gift of Furious Might, so one of my powers can do +3 damage, which is very, very nice. That's going to let me deal with potentially land 4 on board B. B4. But there's already a Blight there, so I can just kill it with Creeper Stare into Mortar. Creeper Stare into Mortar, I have the highest level, so I can do that 3 times. So let's do 2 times in land number 4 to kill that town. I'll do 1 time. I think I'm going to be better served. It's a little tricky at this point where I want to do that 3rd level. And whether I want to use Gift of Furious Might with my 3rd level of Creeper Stare into Mortar, or whether I want to use it with Stemleaf or Fresh Water. So that's the tricky thing that I'm dealing with right now. I can kill 2 towns in land number 5 with Stem the Flow of Fresh Water. That might be the way to go. Actually, there's no Blight there anymore. I pushed it out, so I can't do that. Or do I just want to kill a city? I think I just want to kill a city. Gets me more fear. So I'm going to Stem the Flow of Fresh Water here in 2. 1 damage, +3 from Gift of Furious Might. It's enough to kill a city. And that's 2 fear. And then I don't have anywhere I can kill a town, so I'm just not going to use the 3rd level of Creeper Stare into Mortar. I'm good. I'm just going to discard cards and then go back to growth. Make sure to discard these to the actual discard point, not into my hand. There we go. Alright, I'm on to an old-fashioned, as my fiance is in America now at Epcot. Old-fashioned made with bourbon, a little bit of simple syrup, some bitters, and a actually candied orange peel. So that's my next drink. It's a good one. Alright, if I do another old-fashioned, I'll probably do a gingered old-fashioned. We've got some candied ginger as well, so that'll be really good. But I'm to another turn. So let me reset here. I've got a Reclaim with Devouring Teeth, Lurk, Underfoot. So I have no cards left. I could potentially play 5 cards this turn. I don't think I need to, though. might be better to go up to that 6 energy and get that eventually. So I think I'll go top. Ravaging in jungle, so I don't have to worry about that. My jungles are safe. Yeah, jungles are good. So I want to get into the wetlands. I don't have presence in wetlands though. So let's go here, and then I'll be able to move that presence there with Death Approaches from beneath the surface. Yeah, so I get 4 energy from presence track. I think next turn I'll be able to get a major Undevouring Teeth, which will be very nice. But this turn I also get 1 energy from the Blighted Island card back against the wall. I get to do Quicken the Earth Struggles. This is going to be very nice. That's going to let me kill some stuff. I can use that for destruction instead of defense, which is great. Maybe. Don't think I'm reclaiming with... because that requires a Sacred Site, which is tough. So yeah, let's put that Sacred Site over into land 8 instead. I think Gift of Furious Might again. I've been getting decent use out of that. I don't need the defense this turn, so I don't need Ferocious or Mark Territory with Scars and Teeth. Right to the Land's Rejection. I don't need that either. So I can do Ferocious Rampage and Herd towards the Lurking Maw. I could actually save one of those. And I think I still have enough for Death Approaches from beneath the surface. I do. So I can just play 3 cards this turn, and it's okay. Yeah. Yep, that's fine. So that works out element-wise. Pay for my 3 cards. Now I go to green. Green still has 3 cards in hand. They're a little bit expensive, though. So I need some energy. And I have 4 card plays, but only 3 cards in hand. So let's gain a minor. Gain 3 energy and a minor. My choices are Drought. It's okay. Destroy 3 towns, 1 damage to each town and city, and add 1 blight. I don't really want to add blight because I've only got 2 left in this game. Gift of Constancy. So target spirit gains 2 energy. At the end of turn, target spirit may reclaim 1 power card instead of discarding it. It's very good. Dark Entangled Woods. Great elements. 2 fear. Defend 3. That's not bad. And Pact of the Joint Hunt. I think I'll probably just go Dark Entangled Woods. It's gets me a little bit of fear, so that gets me closer to another fear card. Good elements, so just in case something comes up that lets them do extra damage in land number 8, I can stop that. Yeah, let's do that. So I'm going with Dark Entangled Woods. And you know, it's thematic. I'm spreading green, spreading bushes everywhere. So it's good to kind of fit into that theme. Let's go 3 energy, so 2 from Presence, 1 from the Blighted Island card, back against the wall. I get to play Infestation of Venomous Spiders, Dark Entangled Woods, Field Strike with Growth is free, and then Overguard a Knight. So I get to play all my cards, and I think I hit some pretty good innates. Yeah, defend 4. Yeah, I've got a lot, so I'm pretty well set with that. Let's go into fast powers. So fast powers here. Gift of Furious Might is going over to Spread of Rampant Green. It gets to do +3 damage with one of its damage dealing powers, which will be very nice. I get to do Lurk, or Quicken the Earth Struggles. That's going to go into land 8 here. 1 damage to each town and city. And then I get to do +1 damage just because of my special role, Territorial Aggression, so I can kill one of those towns. It's an extra fear. On green, I get to do 2 fear and defend 3 up into land 8. With Overgrown Knight, I'm pretty good on presence, so I'm just going to do 3 fear. It doesn't matter where I use that, I'll just use that here. So 3 fear. Gets me a second Terra level 2 fear card. So that one's Dark and Tangled Woods, Overgrown Night. I still have Infestation of Venomous Spiders, which I think I want to use on land 6, probably. Just to stop the build there. I'll still do the migration, though. It's a little annoying. Because I don't have the elements to do the damage. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Because I get the extra damage that I can use in lane number 1 to tear creepers into mortar, I'm gonna just stop the build here. It's 1 fear. Not the most efficient use of that, but it is what it is. Oof. It's a decent old-fashioned. I think there's something off about the simple syrup that we have, so I think I might need to replace that. But it's okay. Alright. Invader phase, so I start with an event. Stage 3, because that's what's showing now. I'm going into stage 3. So widespread clear cutting. On each board, choose a land with towns or cities. Add 1 blight there without cascading. Players may destroy 2 presence or Dahan in that land to prevent adding blight. Okay. Don't love that. That means I have to add a blight in land 3. I can't stop that. Well. Because I have to destroy 2 presence in that land. 2 presence or Dahan. Oh. Alright, let's add blight in land 5. And then I'll destroy 2 presence in land 8 to stop that. Then Explorer's Blunder. On each board, destroy 2 Dahan or 2 Explorers among lands with beasts. Destroy 2 Explorers there. They were also skipping actions in this land, so I'll put that there. And then the other board doesn't have beasts. And then Coordinated Strikes in each land with 3 or more Dahan, 2 damage, and defend 2. Yeah, probably won't matter. Terra level 2, we've got Dahan Threaten. Each player adds 1 strife in a land with Dahan. For the rest of this turn, invaders have -1 health per strife to a minimum of 1. Okay. Well, I've just got a couple here. But the -1 health there is going to be pretty good. -1 health per strife, right? Alright, I'll just throw another strife in there. And then I have Angry Mobs. Each player are in each land with 2 or more explorers. Destroy 1 explorer or town per 2 Explorers. So I'll destroy an explorer in land 1. Destroy an explorer in land 3. And I'll destroy the town here in land 8. So that does get me 1 fear. Then I made it a little strong. That's how it goes. The bourbon from this old fashioned came from St. Augustine Distillery in Florida, so it's good. It's very, very good. All right, I'm done with fear cards, so I go to the invader phase. So Ravage in jungle. So right here, there is a strafe under that town, which will be gone. Dahan will fight back, kill everything in that land. That's 1 fear. take that guy back. Nothing happens here, nothing happens here, nothing happens here. Cleared out most of the jungles. Then I get build in wetlands. So they will build. I think I'll let them build in land number 1. Land 6, nothing happens. Land 3, they will build a town. Land 7, they will build a town as well. This shifts over, so they migrate. Board land order, so B1. They're going to gather a town from there. B6, they'll gather a town. B3, there's no town to gather. B7, they will gather a town from land 3. Alright, explore sands and mountains. So sands and mountains. A little bit dangerous. I think I'm getting fairly strong though. That was all of them on board F, so now board B. Alright, now I go to slow powers. So I have a couple slow powers. I've heard towards a lurking maw. Let's see where I can do that. I can stop the build completely in land 6, which is pretty good, or land 1. Either of those is fine. I can also just stop the ravage in land 3. There are a bunch of options that I have here. Let's go ahead and I also have the highest level of death approaches from beneath the surface, so I can plan that out. Let's gather this town here, and then I'll do death approaches from beneath the surface in lane 7. Does plenty of damage to kill the town explorer there. So that's 2 fear, 3 fear for herd towards lurking maw, 1 fear for killing the town. That's 4 fear. That gets me an extra fear card. Deals with 2 lands, so I don't have to worry about those. I have field stroke with growth. Let's go ahead and push this guy out of here into land number 1. Then I can do Creeper Stare into Mortar. I have the highest level, so I can do 1 damage to towns and cities. I'll do that in land number 1. I'll do plus 3 damage thanks to Gift of Furious Might, so 4 damage in that land with the first use, which is the city. 1 damage to this town. I'll do another damage with the second use, which kills it thanks to the 2 strife there. And then I can do 1 damage to one of those towns, which doesn't matter. Okay, so I think that's all set. I'll discard cards, discard powers, and go back to growth. And I'm getting into Terra level 2. My goal here is probably a Terra level 2 win. Could be Terra level 3, but there really aren't that many towns left on the board, so I could potentially win Terra level 2. Let's discard these. I definitely need to reclaim with spread. I get to gain a power card. I don't have a lot of energy, so I'm going to gain a minor. I've only got 1 card, or 1 blight left on the Blighted Island card, which is very risky. So if I get something that removes blight, that's probably the way to go. But it doesn't look like I do. So I've got Sunset's Fire flows across the land. It lets me do fear and damage. It's okay. Hazard spread across the island. Choose a type of token from Badlands Beasts, Disease, Strife, and Wilds. And I can add one of that token in an adjacent land. Again, it's okay. Treacherous Waterways, add 1 Wilds. Push 1 Explorer. Or Steam Vents, destroy 1 Explorer, or destroy 1 town. I do have a decent number of beasts on this board, which gets me extra fear from gift or infestation of venomous spiders, but at this moment I don't have a way to hit the kicker on that, so it is a little bit weak. So hazard spread is tempting. It's possible I get an event card that works with beasts, so Hazard Spread could be good with that. I can't use Treacherous Waterways to stop a build because there are 2 explorers. Well, I could use it on F4, so that's decent. Stops a build. I'll still migrate, but stopping the build is good. So let's go with Treacherous Waterways. I'll see if that works out. And then I've got all Growth Always. Let's see, I've got 3 energy just from Presence and from the Blighted Island card. And I'll go to 4 card plays. I need to go into, let's go land 7. I need to stop that Ravage, so that's why I'm going into land 7. I can play Treacherous Waterways. I think I'm all set. So I've got a decent amount of energy, and with that decent amount of energy, I could play Infestation of Venomous Spiders, or I could play Overgrown of Knights to get an extra presence into land 7 and stop that Ravage. I think that's probably the play. Field Stroke with Growth, I don't think I need to use that anywhere. Dark Entangled Woods isn't going to be useful this turn. Next turn it will be. Gift of Proliferation is okay, potentially. Could let me do some stuff with Devouring Teeth. Instead, I think I'll stem the flow of fresh water. Maybe Favor of the Sun and well, maybe Favor. I don't have a lot of sacred sites, but that might still be okay. We'll see. I've got 5 card plays. Let's pay for these cards. I still got a decent amount of energy. Can push stuff away. Pushing Blight's probably good. So let's go with Gift of Nature's Connection in favor of the Sun and Starlit Dark. I think that'll be okay. Because I'll be able to use that to push Blight, and that'll be good against Habsburg. So with Devouring Teeth, Lurk Underfoot, I've got a decent amount of energy. Might be a good time to gain a major, so I'm going to do that. Let's gain the major, and then I'll add a presence. I've got Poison Land. It adds Blight. I've got 1 Blight left on the Blight card, so that's not great. I've got Entwined Power. That would have been fantastic for Spread of Rampant Green. Not as good for Devouring Teeth, at least elements-wise. It lets you use each other's presence for targeting and swap powers and gain extra power cards. It's a great card, but I don't know that it's going to be good this round. I've got Strangling Firevine. That's not bad. I'll be able to hit the kicker on it pretty easily, actually. Do I have Presence in Sands? I guess I do, so that's pretty good. Yeah, that's not bad. And then Flow Like Water, Reach Like Air, +2 range with all powers, and you can push a bunch of stuff. It's a good power. I think I actually like Strangling Firevine, though. Even though I don't have a lot of I don't have any wilds on the board. I think that's going to let me deal with land B3 pretty well. It's going to do a lot of damage. Yeah. So I'm going to go with Strangling Firevine. I will forget. Oof. Quicken the Earth Struggles is so good. I'm just going to forget Herd toward the Lurking Maw. Take Strangling Firevine. I get 4 energy just for presence. 5 actually because of Blighted Island card. So let's play Strangling Firevine. I also get to add a presence, 1 range. Where do I need that? Do I need a Sacred Site anywhere? Potentially, I could stop a build. There's not really a place I can stop a build though, so that's not super helpful. I guess land 1. Yeah, land 1's pretty good. So yeah, let me go ahead and do that. Extra presence over here. I get 2 extra energy thanks to that. And I can still play all my cards. So 4 energy for Strangling Firevine, 2 for Marked Territory with Scars and Teeth. I don't know where I'm going to use that yet, but it's a thing I can do. Ferocious Rampage, and I've still got 3 energy left. It's not bad at all. Get a lot of energy per turn with Devouring Teeth or Underfoot if you play it right. So that is my presence phase, my spirit phase, really. So I get to go into another power. Yeah, let's go into fast powers. So I've got Treacherous Waterways. I'm going to push this Explorer into land number 3. Then I'm going to use Favor of the Sun and Starlit Dark. How many elements do I have? Currently I have 4 plants, 3 moon, 2 water, 1 earth. So I don't have enough to get the Remove Blight from All Enveloping Green. That's okay. But I do have enough for the Defend 4. So I can defend 4 in land number 1. Yeah, that's fine. So that's All Enveloping Green, defend 4 in land 1. Overgrown Night. Do I need to add presence, or do I need the 3 fear? I think the 3 fear is probably better. So I'll just use it on a land with invaders here. 3 fear. I've got Favor of the Sun and Starlit Dark. I think I want to push a Blight into land 3, so I'll be able to destroy just about everything there with Devouring Teeth Lurk Underfoot. So let's use that on land. I need to defend 4 somewhere. So instead of defending 4 here with All Enveloping Green, I'm going to defend 4 here in land 7. I'm going to use Favor of the Sun and Starlit Dark on this land to push this Blight into land 3. I'm going to use Gift of Nature's Connection over on Devouring Teeth Lurk Underfoot to give it 2 plant. So that way it'll hit the kicker on Strangling Firevine. It means I get an element of my choice over on Spread of Rampant Green. But I don't need any elements, unfortunately. So I guess I can use just a Sun to get an extra fear from Favor of the Sun and Starlit Dark. So at this point I've used... what have I used? I've used Treacherous Waterways, I've used Overgrown Night, I've used Favor of the Sun and Starlit Dark, I've used Gift of Nature's Connection, I've used All Enveloping Green, so I've still got my fast powers from Devouring Teeth Lurk Underfoot. I will defend 9 over in land number 5. No invaders present there. I want the 2 fear. So let's use that instead in land number 3. No, I use it in 1. So I push 2 of these Dahan into land 6. 2 fear. Which gets me another fear card. So that was Mark Tartor with Scars and Teeth. I also have Rights of the Land's Rejection, which I'm going to use on land 1 to stop that build. No fear from it. Okay. Now I'm to an event, which will hopefully not be a Blighted Island card. We'll see. It is. Great. Unlucky. I've gotten a bunch of those since I've gotten a Blighted Island. Disillusion threatens. Spirits are losing awareness and control of power of pieces of themselves. Each spirit chooses to accept the fragmentation. Destroy 2 presents, adding 1 wilds in place of each. Or focus your will toward wholeness. Add 1 of your destroyed presents to 1 of your lands. Next turn, all of your powers are slow and cannot be made fast. Okay, that's an interesting one. So slow powers. I don't think that's good. Because it'll make it very hard to defend the sands and mountains that I need to defend in order to stop myself from losing next turn. I do have the ability to destroy a lot of stuff this turn. And adding more presence is pretty good. I think I need to destroy presence and add wilds. I think that's... yeah. I don't really want to, but I think that's the way to go. So let's do that. So I'm going to destroy these 2 presents in jungles. Add wilds in place of each. And for Devouring Teeth, let's do that one. And I think this one. It's dangerous, but I think that is the, I think that's the way to go. As much as I would like to add my destroy presence back on the board, it's just going to be safer to do that. Then I've got Explorer's Blunder on each board. Destroy 2 explorers among lands with beasts. Destroy those 2 guys. Lay ambushes. During Ravage, Dahan deal damage at the same time as invaders. Okay. 2 Terra level 2 fear cards. First one is Mimic the Dahan. Each player replaces 1 explorer or town with 1 Dahan in a land with 2 or more Dahan. Okay, that's good here. I think that's the only one where that applies. Still, very good. Trade suffers. Each player may replace one town in a one town with 1 explorer in a coastal land. Sure. Oh, I think I've got... how much damage am I going to be doing here with Strangling Firevine? Oh, a good bit. Well, they're going to build there anyway, so yeah, I'll do that both in land number 3. Okay. Invader phase. So they're going to ravage in wetlands. I'm going to destroy presence to stop that ravage in land number 1. Land number 6 is fine. Land number 3, 1 damage, it's fine. Land number 7 is defended 4, they're doing 5 damage, so that's fine. Build sands and mountains. I get a build here, build there. build there, build there, and they're skipping the build here. So that's it for builds. Then they have the migration. Board land order, so let's do B2 first. B2 will gather a town from B1. B3 will gather a town from B7. B5 will gather a town from B1. B7 doesn't have a town to gather, so that one's going to be fine, which is fantastic. F1, yep, F1 has no town to gather, so that's okay. F4 is next. That's going to gather a town from F7. F6 has no town to gather, and F8 has no town to gather. Explore in mountains and jungles. That's actually probably fine. So mountains and jungles. Those two, that one. Remove the wilds there. Board B, mountains. I get one there, which is fine. And the jungles just lose their wilds. So that is okay. So that stops the builds there. So I'm actually in pretty good shape going into the next phase. Alright, looks like I'm on board for another drink. But I'm going to finish out this turn first. Alright, so let's see what's going on. So, slow powers. What's going to happen next turn? They're going to ravage in sands and mountains. Don't have to worry about B7. B2 is a big issue. B3, B5. Got a couple of things. Well, I knew I wanted to use Strangling Firevine. That's going to go into B3. So, I'm going to add one wilds. Well, first, destroy all explorers. Add one wilds. Add one wilds in the originating sands, which is still B3. I have the kicker, so 1 damage per wilds in or adjacent to target land. That's going to be in land 3, so that's 3 damage. That's enough to kill a city. 2 fear. Then with the kicker, plus 1 damage per wilds in or adjacent to target land. So I can do 2 more damage and kill another town. Not bad. Could be better though. So that was Strangling Firevine. I've also got Ferocious Rampage. Where do I want to use that? I don't have to worry about land 1. Land 1's fine. Land 8 is an issue. So let's use Death Approaches from beneath the surface in land 8. I get to gather a presence there. I have the highest level. Let's see, I have 5 fire, 3 earth, and how much animal? 5 animal. So yeah, I'm good. So I got to do the highest level of this, which is 8 damage and 2 fear. So yeah, that's enough to wipe out this land for 3 fear. So that one I don't have to worry about. So this board, lands 1, 6, and 8, totally fine. It's only land 4 that I have to worry about. Board B, a little more concerning. So I still have Ferocious Rampage. Do I have any pushes here? I don't. No, I don't have pushes from spread in the slow phase. So I think I'll use Ferocious Rampage and just destroy this town. It's 1 fear for the card, 1 fear for the town destruction. So that's 2 fear. And I'm getting very close to tier level 3, and there are currently no cities on the board. There actually aren't that many towns either. So if I can generate 7 fear, I win. Because right now there are no cities on the board. So my goal right now is to generate 7 fear, or destroy all the towns that are left, which is not a lot. And I've got all my slow powers left from Spread of Rampant Green. Unfortunately, I'm not in places where there are towns, so creepers tear into mortar is not going to help. But I do have stem the flow of fresh water. It doesn't help though, it's just 1 damage, and I don't have the extra damage from Gift of Furious Might. So yeah, I can't do a lot. None of these towns are damaged, so doing 1 damage to them, not gonna help, and I don't have presence there. So yeah, I can't do anything with green in the slow phase that's gonna help. So I'm gonna discard cards and go back to growth and see if I can generate 7 fear in this fast phase. If I do, that's gonna win me the game. I also think I'm close to another drink. I'm almost done with this old fashioned. Let's see where my fiance is at the moment. Japan, lemon drop, yuzu based. That might be hard to replicate. Okay. Might do a ginger old fashioned. Now that's probably the closest I can get to a Japanese or Japanese type drink. So let's do that. I'm going to take a quick break to make another drink, and then I'll be back to finish this game out. I think I'm close to a win. If I can generate 7 fear in the fast phase, I win automatically. That might be difficult, but it is possible. So I'm going to see if I can do that. Alright, I am back with drink number 5 for this one game of Spirit Islands. I've got my fiance right now is in Japan at Epcot. I don't really have any Japanese drinks. I don't have sake, unfortunately, so I'm going with a ginger old-fashioned. Ginger used a lot in Asian cooking. So yeah, that's what I have right now. And we'll see if drink number 5 will help me to beat who am I playing against? Habsburg monarchy, level 4. So I discarded my cards. I'm back to growth. And again, my plan at this point is to generate 7 fear. If I generate 7 fear, I win, because there are no cities on the board. And I have 1 fear card left. Alternatively, I could destroy all the towns on the board. There are 5, so it's not too bad. I could get a Terra level 2 victory. But it's a little hairier. I don't know that that's really possible. Let me do Devouring Teeth first. I need to reclaim. I've got a lot of cards. I don't have any fast cards that can do damage on Spread of Rampant Green unless I gain a minor, or possibly major. They could let me get an animal, right? That's what I need. No, I need an animal and an air. So that's tricky. So yeah, I'm not sure that I can get the damage from Spread of Rampant Green, get the fear from Spread of Rampant Green. So what do I want? It's a question of whether I want the 7 energy per turn or the 4 card plays. I think the 4th card play, which is really 5 thanks to Back Against the Wall, is better. I don't need the extra 1 energy. Yeah, let's add my presence from bottom. What's happening this turn? I think board F is taken care of, aside from land 4, but I don't have presence at range, so let's go into land 3. Yeah, that's fine. So I have 5 card plays. I get 6 energy this turn. I'll do a 3 and 3 1s. 2 more 1s. I have 1 extra energy thanks to the Blighted Island card. I have 5 card plays. It's pretty much all the cards in my hand. Let's do a lot of fast cards. So Quicken the Earth Struggle. Unfortunately, I can't really use that anywhere useful. Gift of Furious Might's gonna be helpful, I think. Mark Territory with Scars and Teeth. The extra 2 fear is helpful there. Rights of the Land's Rejection, possibly useful just for extra fear. Yeah, let me pay for these. I've still got 6 energy left. Yeah, if I can stop them from building a city, really, that's the goal. What are Ravages doing? Ravages in 5, that's an issue. 4, potentially an issue. B2, definitely an issue. I've got the energy for this. I'm gonna do Strangling Firevine. Yeah, if I could, I would definitely do some Smash this weekend. Smash and Spirit Island, my 2 favorite games right now. That would be fantastic. But I can't play Smash with a keyboard. So no dunking on noobs with Doc. That can wait, I think. Yeah, let's do this. We'll see what happens. With Spread of Rampant Green, I have 4 cards left. I have 5 card plays, so I can gain a power card and 3 energy and play on my cards. Probably good. 3 energy. I'm gonna have 2 from Presence, 1 from the Blighted Island card, so that's an extra 3, so I'll have 8 energy. I probably need to gain a minor because I still have my Venomous Spiders here. It's tough. I'm gonna get a minor. All I need is 7 energy in the fast phase. Sky Stretches to Shore. This turn, Spirit may use 1 slow powers if it were fast, or vice versa. Target Spirit gains +2 range for targeting coastal only. That could be good. Fire in the Sky is 2 fear and out of strife. Could be very good as well. Elemental Boon, always a good card, but it's probably too late in the game. And Light Calls to Lake. Yeah, it gathers extra stuff. I just need fear, so it's between Fire in the Sky and Sky Stretches to Shore. So it's whether I get more fear from Fire in the Sky versus playing Strangling Firevine fast. And Strangling Firevine, probably better. I can wipe out land B2 pretty easily. Even without the kicker, I can wipe out land B2. Which would be 2 fear. So same as Fire in the Sky, but it would also potentially stop a Ravage in B2. So yeah, I'm going to go with Sky Stretches to Shore. Let's take that. I get... did I get my 3 energy already? That's the problem with drinking while playing Spirit Island. It's hard to keep track of things. I don't think I gained my energy yet. So I gain 3 energy from the growth track, 4 energy from Blighted Island, 2 from Presence. So altogether that's 6 energy. So let's get a 3. And 3 1s. I also get growth G1, which I'll gain from top. Throw that into lands 5, F5, just so I have a presence there. Play those cards. Dark Entangled Woods, just for 2 fear. I have 5 card plays, so I play all the cards in my hand. I've got a lot of energy. Okay, I'm good to go. My goal right now, if I can generate 7 fear in the fast phase, I win. So let's see if I can do that. First of all, I have Sky Stretches to Shore. That's going to be cast onto Devouring Teeth, Lurk, Underfoot, so it can play one of its slow powers fast. Then I have Dark Entangled Woods. That's going to go up to land number 4. So land number 4 is defended 3 and generates 2 fear. Then I'll kind of tap these as they happen. I have Gift of Proliferation, which means I get to unlock all of the presents. I think that's the 4th use of Gift of Proliferation that I've had. That gets to unlock all the presents on Devouring Teeth Lurk Underfoot. I get to add that at range 1. I don't need a Sacred Site anywhere, so it doesn't really matter where I add this. I'm going to go ahead and throw it into land. Mountains and jungles are doing things. I'll add it into land 6. Sure. It's fine. Actually, land 2, maybe. Because I can destroy an extra... Yeah. I can destroy an extra town with that, so that's okay. So that was Gift of Proliferation. So 3 cards tapped on Spread of Rampant Green. I've also got Infestation of Venomous Spiders. I don't have the kicker, but I can do a couple fear. So let's target land invaders. Let's skip land number 5. Add 1 beast, gather up to 1 beast. For each beast, 1 fear, so that's 2 fear. And skip up to 1 action in target land. So I'm skipping up to 1 action in land number 5, which will be good. And that puts me 3 fear away from victory, with all my fast powers tapped on Spread of Rampant Green, except for All Enveloping Green. Do I have the highest level of that? Let's see. I have 2 water and 5 earth. So I have the 2nd level, so I can defend 4 somewhere. Let's throw that defend 4 into lands. I don't have a lot of Sacred Sites on green, so I'll throw that defend 4 into land 6. Where's my other marker? Right here. So defend 4 right there. Not probably going to matter. Moving into Devouring Teeth Lurk Underfoot. I need 3 fear. That's my goal. 3 fear. So mark territory with Scars and Teeth. I can defend 9 and cause 3 fear. I'm gonna do that into land 7. So it's gonna be a defend 9 and 2 fear, and that puts me 1 fear away from Terra level 3, which will be a victory because I have no cities left on the board. And I can do that into land number... Let's see. I actually need to do Strangling Firevine. So Strangling Firevine I can use fast thanks to Sky Stretches to Shore. So I'm going to use that into land number 2. I get to add 1 wilds. And add a wilds into the originating sands. Originating sands. And then I do 1 damage per sand in or adjacent to target land. So that means I get to do 4 damage into land number 2, which is 5 thanks to Territorial Aggression. There's a blight there, so they don't get the benefit of durable. So if my 5 damage kills both towns and an explorer, doing 2 fear, pushing me into Terra level 3. And that's enough to win the game. I think that's all I need. I do have Quicken the Earth Struggles I can use somewhere. I don't have anywhere where I can use that. So that was the game. So even slightly drunk off of my, at this point, 5th drink. I don't know if I described this. This is using the same St. Augustine bourbon that I used before, but using just Angostura bitters rather than orange bitters, and ginger ginger simple syrup. So ginger old fashioned, which is great. If you've never tried it, definitely use a ginger old fashioned. Yeah, That's good stuff. Definitely try a ginger old-fashioned. With that ginger old-fashioned, I am in Terra level 3, and there are no cities on the board, so I get a Terra level 2 win against the Habsburg monarchy level 4. Now, level 5 would have been a lot harder. You get the reminder card, so you get that burst of towns and cities, which is very annoying. Yeah, I don't know that I would have beaten Habsburg 5, but Habsburg 4 rather. It's a difficulty 8 game. I get the win. So let me go ahead and score this up, and I'll see how I did. So for my YouTube audience, I'm gonna go ahead and break that right here, and I will be back in just a second. So that was good. So that was a 58-point game this game. Coming back into it. 58-point game with Devouring Lurk Underfoot and a spread of Rampant Green against Brandenburg. Why do I keep saying Brandenburg? Against Habsburg Monarchy level 4. So this was a difficulty 8 game, 58 points. Not too bad. I am pretty happy with that, especially deep into my 5th drink at this point. With not a lot of food, honestly, so a little bit tipsy, and deep into my 5th drink, and still getting the win against a difficulty 8 adversary. So that was another fantastic game of Spirit Island. These two spirits complement each other very well. The having the gift of Furious Might, and being able to give that to Spread of Rampant Green, where it can add 3 damage to one of its uses of Creeper's Turn to Mortar. Fantastic. That synergy is amazing. Also being able to prolif Devouring Teeth Lurk Underfoot is awesome. As you can see here, I got all of my presents off the board, off the tracks. And that's really, really good. It's Devouring Teeth's tracks are fantastic. You get 4 card plays and 7 energy per turn. Normally in a normal game where you don't get a proliferation, it takes a while to get there. But with Spread of Rampant Green, you can accelerate that. I think I used it 3 times over on Devouring Teeth Lurk Underfoot. So getting to 7 energy per turn and 4 card plays per turn is extremely strong. That's getting up to Keeper of the Forbidden Wilds type level, and that makes the spirit a lot better. I also got pretty good card plays this turn. Getting Quick in the Earth Struggles was fantastic. That card is amazing for the spirit. It's got perfect elements. The defend is good. The extra damage is good. So that one is really good. Rites of the Land's Rejection was also pretty solid. I liked that card. With Spread of Rampant Green, I got fairly good cards as well. The one major that I took, Infestation of Venomous Spiders, it was okay. Action skips are always very good. I think I could have probably done better, but you can't beat action skips. Action skips are always useful. So even though I didn't get a lot of fear from that, or a lot of damage from that, just being able to skip extra actions here in limit number 3 throughout the game, excellent. So yeah, that was a really good game. I'm gonna reset here. I think it's time for me to get another drink, as I am drinking around the world with my fiance, and they're probably up to France now, so it's time for some more wine. Morocco incoming. I don't know what I'm gonna do for Morocco, but we'll see what happens with that. So I'm gonna reset this for another game. I don't know what spirits I'm gonna do. If anybody's watching this in the live stream, feel free to let me know what spirits I should do for my next game. I might drop the difficulty just because I am a little tipsy at this point. But I am going to do at least one of the Horizons Spirit Island spirits alongside one of the original spirits. That's my goal. So if you can get me 2 of those spirits, I will be okay with that. It might be the Mud Otter and something else. That sounds great. So I'll do that. I'm going to take a quick break here to get another drink and clean up, get this all set up, But thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all my viewers. I've been growing this channel organically, slowly, over the last couple months. And I hope you've enjoyed the content that I've been adding, the way that I've been adding it. This game is going to be a little bit interesting, I'm sure, compared to the original ones. I have to do a little bit of editing for it to get it to work. But yeah, I appreciate everybody who leaves comments on my videos. I love it. I will keep making changes based on your suggestions, and if you have any advice for how to make this channel better, feel free to add that into the comments below. Yeah, that's really all I have to say. So thank you so much, and I will see you all for the next video. So that's a cut for this particular game when I added onto YouTube. I think it was a pretty good game, so I'm gonna put this one on. If anybody's watching this video in real time, I know somebody was asking me to play Smash and fuck up some noobs with Doc, which I can't do right now, but in the future I will get back to doing that. Otherwise, I'm gonna clean up this game, get some more drinks, and then continue on. So, love you all, and I'll see you soon.